Alright, the way that you can know that this video, which is unedited like everyone else, is important to you. If it has a crown, the same way that I'm naming it right now, almost everything is a scam. It's almost a fucking documentary now, potentially. Because you need to know. You need to know whether it is or not, how to relate to it. Because just being born in reality, not that impressive. I've talked about different worlds, any world, second world, first world, literally the last point that I've made. And then it's your world. Any world is like you open your eyes for the first time and you like accept reality as it is. But then you don't. And then the reality doesn't accept you either, actually. So you almost like you can play a pretentious game, or you can actually grow the fuck up, right? And ask this question to yourself: what the fuck do you do next? Because if you're good in life, people are gonna hate you. I'm a professional hater, so I probably don't hate as much as people think. But even when I posted on Brackies, like, okay, this is kind of pretentious thing, right? To constantly say that, oh, I am this person, right? I'm a YouTube CEO. And you post a fucking cat picture. You kill yourself, basically. You ruin your identity. And people thumbs up on that. Okay. It's fucking awkward. I even do this, like, this is pretentious level, like 500, dude. Out of me. But nobody cares. But this sort of stuff never happens in general. Okay, introductions don't matter. This is a fun little gag on Brackies to be able to introduce yourself and make it not happen, pretty much. If you think about it, I've been in game jams before. They play out exactly the same. You introduce yourself, and nothing happens, honestly. Literally nothing happens. Maybe one person realizes, oh, your introduction kind of failed, didn't it? Because nothing happens. Nothing happens unless the system is set up for things to happen, basically. And so you face the second world of you basically need to make everything happen in your life. You can't really expect anything at all. In fact, like, your parents will let you go all of a sudden. The world is completely destroyed, turned into a wasteland. Maybe a little too fast. I'm not saying the second world is a complete fucking scam. I might be living in the wrong fucking place. Okay? And this is a map, by the way. A map we're probably gonna have to be using for today. So just literally rip it off and put it down here instead with a different number. So we need to slowly understand this part of reality. I will not do it pretentiously. Again, this is where you fucking have to realize the first thing. I'm not a scam. I'm putting everything I have on the table. I have been trying to fight scams this whole fucking time, basically. And, we're gonna try and ask, is YouTube a scam? What else could be a scam in that situation? And how much of it is spread around right now? I started the whole rant series with the statement of overpopulation. It's something that you have to understand. It just blew my mind so much, it became like the biggest trend of all time, because you can't just create people out of nothing. Okay. It's almost like a war. Okay. People are so hard to create. It's almost like alternate war. And this war potentially consumes brains. Potentially, water people finally figure out how to fucking spread their wings in case they're losers. Complete losers, basically. Complete lazy assholes. Because, yeah, government steps in. And look how fucking convenient this is. There's a lot of people like myself who are in a deadlight, who are being bullied around without even recognizing. Because I live a scam. Maybe you don't even recognize that you live a scam. Because you've lived in a correct way, basically. But there is no correct way. There's just a technically difficult life to live. And you didn't deserve it, basically. So, up until, and so far until 32 years old, basically for next 7 years, I predict my life is gonna be a fucking disaster. Until it's gonna be completely opposite all of a sudden. Until I reach manager level. And people will have to pay attention to me, basically. They'll just be forced to pay attention to me. It's almost like the YouTube CEO will sit here and be like, yeah, you're a YouTube CEO, you figure it out, basically. You fucking asshole. They'll be very, very upset, but they will have nothing else capable of stopping me. They have no weapons anymore. Because I literally counter their personalities. But what about now, right? After 7 years, either way, I will be YouTube CEO. I will try so hard, but that's the question, right? Is, after 7 years, being YouTube CEO is still a relevant thing? You know, like, maybe I want to be something way better than that. Maybe it's just gonna be a cringe fest once I become that. Okay, and I really just, the reason why I want to do this is I want to squeeze people's opinion of what the fuck is going on. I want to answer this question in real time, with real people, telling their experience about reality, the way it could be perceived, because nobody seems to have my perspective of things. Nobody. Okay, this is completely fresh off the oven of reality. Nobody. People might come close, but I have broken a boundary, basically. I've graduated. I've become unique. I've become creative. I have to create things in order to express myself, which is, you know, I'm on the next level. I'm next level. I need to create to survive. Getting to the next level is not actually, it's almost like playing Skyrim. It's like you become bigger, your opponents get bigger. What the fuck do you do, man? What do you do? Sounds like an unenjoyable experience. Well, it's not. It almost like Skyrim is the most fucking magical game because one thing does not level up. Guards don't level up. Once you reach a specific level in Skyrim, and if you play the same way that I do, you die, you reset the entire game. It's still challenging, but you know at some point you'll be able to beat up guards. Yes, the town is gonna go after you and nobody likes you anymore. But once you can beat up guards, holy shit, the world completely changes. So this is a reference to Skyrim. I'm scared because every time there's a delay, a huge delay to the next game, it could be better or worse. You know, it all depends on how it's presented, and honestly, it's gonna be worse. After all, I can't even open up Steam without support, which is fascinating to me. I can't just enter my password, I need authentication now. Fuck your authentication. I don't exist anymore, okay, Steam? You fucked it up. Steam can go fuck itself, okay? Steam is now on a list of scams. Congratulations. So I'll just download Skyrim from torrent. Thank you very much, Steam. What's the point anymore, right? I'll just go back to torrent days where that's what I do. Just download the fucking game and forget about it. Forget about that games even exist because I ended up not playing 99% of them, not caring about them. And if you're a game developer, I fucking feel sorry for you. Who are you anymore? What kind of life do you think you're living? You're living a fucking scam. Just by highlight, I know at some point if I highlight too many scams, I become a scam. I become a YouTube channel that gives you exact information. You don't want exact information. You want hot information. Okay? Why is that? With hot information, you can think anything, and it's probably gonna work. That's how I look at it. You can do, think, behave in any way, it's gonna work. As much effort you put in, your effort counts, basically. Let's put it this way. Your effort counts. But obviously, the statement is never gonna be completely true. Right? You can't just point a finger at a slave and say, your effort counts to someone else. You have sold your fucking soul. Meaning you have been handling old school information, something that is more or less designed as a trap. Okay. Yeah, it's so mind-blowing because like you start your life and you're introduced into life for long enough until you get to make decisions and everything just crumbles down as like a scam. Like it's terrifying actually. For me personally, it's terrifying. But it's even more so because I know for 7 more years I'll be stuck on a loop. On a fucking clock insanity loop of capitalism. Capitalism did this. I even had a dream of Mr. Beast giving me this scam performance of like, oh, there's a Lego brick, and then there's this ocean of Lego buildings or whatever. But there's this one specific Lego brick that's white and 2x2, right? Super small. Find it, basically. Congratulations, you have a task. Now, obviously, what Mr. Beast does is bullying, where he gives away money in the end. But technically it's bullying. Okay? Capitalism did this. It's a form of bullying. Now, what is bullying right now? Narcissists quickly pick up whether they are stronger than other people or not. So, but I call narcissists now caps. Okay? Capitalists. I don't give a fuck. Caps quickly pick up on your fear. If you have a fear, they will try and exploit it as much as they can. And honestly, I put myself in this position where if I have a fear, I meditate. I have to draw back and meditate, and everything I thought I owned is destroyed. If I thought I could have a job, I can't, because I have a fear and I have been exploited, and I have bumped into a narcissist, basically, and every single time there's a narcissist, I'm kind of scared to interact with them. And they just, as long as they continue doing this narcissistic thing in their lives, they're gonna continue being a scam. Because they will be completely ignorant to what they're supposed to be doing exactly. And then this means a lot, because I have bumped into plenty of narcissists in my life, and they have ruled over my life. My fucking dad is a narcissist. My dad is a smoking hazard. Like, this never stops. And the other type of people that would actually help me a lot in this situation, they run away quite fast. Okay, or they're just completely silent and irrelevant. Completely irrelevant, which really annoys me. But as long as they have been around, they have been kind of helpful. Okay, they have been a company that I could, appreciate, to be honest. But they were irrelevant in general. It's almost like, they gave me just the same amount of struggle as solutions. They gave me a backup, a heart, basically, for a time being, but they never really supported my point of view. So it's just, in this situation, you're kind of alone. Maybe you are trying to fish for that special help, because narcissists are so fucking destructive. You would, but that's not what you're actually wishing for. If you're in a deadlight, and someone is clearly stronger than you, and now bullying is just a form of entertainment, it's a form of bullying, aka entertainment, which is fascinating. Yeah, I mean, the reason why bullying is a thing in low tiers, there's so many people right now. Most of them are stupid. Most of them, you have no idea how stupid you are, basically. That sort of situation. You're so stupid that the caps are on the rise to attack everyone. That's what's happening. Just capitalism, guys. Go! You're stupid enough to be slave, pretty much. When we could live in harmony, in a way, but we can't. because people sign up for slavery and they want money, and they think money is actually the solution to their problems. So there's so many addictions of every kind that it breaks me, basically. It turns people into scams. That's exactly what happens. People are scams. They are stupid and addicted to something irrelevant of what you're trying to do in life. You're gonna end up being that. This is why I hold on to sanity as like the greatest thing of all time, because it tells me don't get addicted to anything unless it's what you do in life, basically. This is just what keeps sanity alive. You know, like, yeah, of course, you're gonna get addicted to that. But that's not an addiction. That's exactly the opposite. Addictions is something that kind of pulls you out of your comfort zone too many times over, and you have to do something really uncomfortable and stupid. And you understand how this feeds into a cycle. You start doing stupid things and you think the stupid things are actually smart things, and then you get addicted to more things, and it just keeps on feeding the cycle of insanity. And despite people having resources, they have nothing. They have no order. One fucking very stupid example of that is how programmers sort things. There's one specific way to sort, and there's no better way to sort. And because Tom... the fucking you... God damn it. Scott. Okay, Tom Scott. We know that guy is a perfect programming. He would be like screaming and shouting. You have to watch this video, and he would re-release a few times. It's not just a fucking computer file thing that I figure out. And I figure out these things often enough. I picked up Minecraft, I'm like, I have to destroy this. This is fucking cancer now. Someone has to make a better version of Minecraft. Like, legit better, okay? Everything we love about Minecraft, we need better than what we have. Because right now, Mojang is just gonna create meaningless updates constantly. Like, right now, the election process that Mojang is going through is like probably the most meaningless thing I've ever seen in my life. Mob election process, super unfun and meaningless. It's unfun and meaningless because every single video actually shows vulnerabilities of people as well. As like, we're friends, right? Right? The insecurity is huge on men to like seek confirmation that they're gonna be loved no matter what. And we need this, basically. And then women are like, oh, this is so cold. This is very cold. You prepared for everything. Women are scared, obviously, of everything. To the point where they're just self-destructive. And they over-prepare for everything, too. They don't know. They just live in fear, technically. So they hope that the other person is like smart. You know, I'm stupid. I hope you're smart, right? You're smart, right? And you're just self-destroying yourself without realizing that you're stupid enough to make other people look stupid as well. And that's the thing. Because these men can be easily rejected, and these women are cancers, basically. Men are easily rejected, and women are simply sick. You're just simply sick and in the wrong place. You're out of your comfort zone. You're not supposed to do that. And so, in the end, then there is this glow thing, and then even Minecraft CEO shows up or whatever, nobody cares basically, and they all get mesmerized by this glow squid. Like, okay, that's a completely different one. All of a sudden, there was no sexism here, and now all of a sudden you can realize once I say sexism, you know what it means. Sexism is us discussing things about genders. That's what sexism is now. Just like racism is us talking about race. There's literally no escape. Someone is gonna point a finger at you and say racist, and you can, because it's probably not negative anymore. It's probably just people trying to talk about things, and we're gonna fall down and be like, oh, but we have to get up again. Because if we fall down, we actually confirm that the discussion was racist, right? The entire conclusion was an ism. Us trying to do something and failing in the end. An ism right there. So in a way, capitalism is gonna fail. Obviously, it's gonna turn into something else. This is why these are isms that we're just going through life. Nothing really works, okay? Except effort. Except whatever works actually works. Which is like ridiculous, right? It's just the most obvious things work. Understanding isms and how they work and how they pass by. That works. Creating hot information constantly. My stuff is like super expensive. Like it's fucking pure gold. But people haven't discovered it yet. So I'm like, what is this material you giving me? I'm not gonna buy dirt. I don't know where to use it. No, don't worry. You're gonna be able to make computers out of this. Believe me. Yeah, sure. So, how does this work? How does this hash table sorting system work? I showed it in one of my videos. You have a library of things. Then you have or like a stockpile of things. Then you put a library down or a table down, and you, based on certain criteria, you already know how to sort things, and when small conflicts rise, you just put it in front or in the back based on, actual sorting. But you have plenty of space. You don't have to switch places of anything, which what sorting usually encompass, switching things together. That makes no fucking sense. That's almost like guaranteed conflict sorting. A sorting of guaranteed conflict. Who fucking does that, basically? So yeah, you should be able to take a stockpile and know somewhat where something goes until you fill up your library with all the books. Your library is fairly empty, so you shrink your library all of a sudden. And it's quite a good practice too, because you want to make sure that your customers are introduced to, small quantity of books that they have to fucking read. But at the same time, yes, if you're a game developer or any kind of creator whatsoever, how are you gonna get success if most people fail? Okay, this capitalism thing is very tough to crack. Okay, and it's a fundamental, hierarchy problem. People on the low end, they get very little. On the high end, they almost get everything. So what the fuck happens then? The only thing that equalizes the battlefield is like, you are a human being, you can still provide the value as a human being. So jobs exist, as well as higher. I hope that's the fucking word. Just higher. What the why not high? What the fuck is this? Hierarchy, dude. Hierarchy. No, it's hierarchy. Okay, higher. Thank you. Stupid idiots. Who makes English, dude? I wanna point a finger at him. Alright. Jobs exist. And jobs is a bailout mechanism, basically. For people who, like, if you're a rich person, you still have to use services sometimes. And people are trying really, really hard to ensure that rich people spend their money, basically. Hey guys, I'm helping most of the people, and they don't even fucking realize. But potentially, I'm being treated a similar way where they don't want trouble. Basically, people just don't want trouble. So, I don't know, but I'm helping. I'm providing the most expensive information of all time. If you read books, you're retarded, basically, is what I'm saying. There's one way to succeed beyond hierarchy mode. Because in a hierarchy, what you do, you have to push your content upwards. But there's something strange that happened with YouTube. Not only narcissists can succeed, but they succeed in a specific way, right? They look at the hierarchy and like, okay, the more people I exploit, the more popular I become. The more popular I become, the more people I exploit. I create a loop. So hierarchy operates on loop of exploitation of popularity. Okay, and yes, multiple offs. You exploit popularity. You make sure to bully people just to get their attention, and then you leave. You have to know when to leave, basically. You get their attention, you leave, you try and, like, not make a big deal about it. It's like, if it's a big deal for you, then yeah, but you're trying to, like, invade their memory. And bail. And this is the way that you climb hierarchy. But I don't climb hierarchy. I try to understand it, I scan it, and then scan the tip top of the hierarchy. If you look at MatPat's work, MatPat's doing kind of okay work. Because he did editing, just like everyone else, because he had to suck up for capitalism, because of his personality. I don't think he's enjoying all this stuff, okay? He's spitting out content quite fast, and he does enjoy in general what he's doing. But I don't think, as like, I have to say as a brother, to a fucking brother, I don't think he's enjoying any of this in the end. I think it's a little bit too fractured of a content. The game theory. He's just trying, okay? He's just trying, and he's succeeding, but not in a way that you thought he's succeeding. Self-destruction sometimes work, you know, like, congratulations. My personality is very rare on YouTube. I found Drew Gooden, who's also self-destructing in the same fucking way, honestly. Talking about movies that old school nobody else watches, just bad movies. But he's kind of like detecting like personalities like I do in his own way. That's still entertaining. But you have to realize something about these people. These people blew up faster than you think, guys. These people probably super fucking sonic speed. Because nobody would want to give Drew Gooden too much credit for what he's doing. Except for me, obviously. And nobody wants to give MatPat credit for what he's doing, but he's capable of kind of hiding it under a shield of like, I have a wife now, I actually have a child, I have editors. He's just keep on stacking shields. I'm helping people, you know, like shield kind of personality breakpoints. I'm building better YouTube, like, ugh. MatPat needs to stop shielding himself, like, every single way you can think of. And everyone is like, he should probably be a YouTube CEO now. He's working so hard. You don't want a hard-working person as a YouTube CEO, by the way. You don't. You want them to chill. And you want me to not chill anymore, because I had enough of that chilling effect. You don't want to know how it fucking looks like, which is why I don't show my face. You can just imagine Keanu Reeves and, no, you're breathtaking. You're a fucking scammer right there. Saying that I'm no. Shut the fuck up. I had enough chill, okay? I don't like it. Anyways. Yeah, and this... It is tough. It is tough. We have reached G level. And you can see we're snailing around some really tough topics. I'm not sure where we're gonna go in, where we're ending up, but I don't need locks anymore. I just need one topic. Just like it started. It all started with this anyways. And it looks fucking pretty too. So fucking awesome. I'm so fascinated when things work on low levels as not intended, basically. This is kind of what Minecraft is fascinating for. There's certain things that work but never have been intended. I never intended to do this specific line of work. And nobody intends to fucking watch it. Yeah, that's cool with me. And I understand, like, people actually talk about, like, getting 100 subscribers, like, very difficult. It's just as difficult as getting to 1,000 from that point. But they're talking about hierarchy kind of positioning. What Dream did is actually showed exactly that you explode out of control. Dream Minecraft showed the maximum explosion speed. Okay. Basically what happens is, like, once you establish yourself, there's no turning back. You know exactly what to do. You know exactly who to contact and how, potentially, once you establish yourself. Because you have an identity, right? You can almost start tricking people that you're, oh, I'm not an earth person, not a creeper. Nobody would like a creeper anyways. I'm a speedrunner, you know, like, whatever that means. I'm very skilled at Minecraft. But, you know, it's a very flashy way of presenting Minecraft all of a sudden. And it's a very nice trick. But it's even more than that, because Dream succeeded in almost every video that he made. And it's a good example, at least it's gonna be for me, as I suck up his influence and continue my work. This is why I need to do my work, basically. This is why I'm doing this, okay? Every YouTuber reference used is OP, man. You must understand, I'm putting hours and hours of work of understanding their YouTube channel, their success. Of taking my breaths carefully because everything is too expensive to, you know, just let it go easily. No. Every breath I take increases my self-esteem, and that self-esteem feeds YouTubers back. Now I thought I was gonna be able to do like a negative review of people who have climbed up all the way up, and like girls got nerfed quite a bit. So there is a potential for me to nerf girls in a way. And by the way, this guy needs to be a guy, indicated AVGN voice. So there's actually like 4 guys who can still look decent on a playfield. Because mostly from up here, besides Lindsay, it's all mine. Everything is mine. Those teams, they're mine. Like, only Magic and Smash team can transcend beyond Ari level. Then my level beats other teams. I don't know. I'm growing faster than Ari as well. As a leader, I had to sacrifice quite a bit. So what you're looking at, 5,000 here, this is actually, I get daily 200 or something. What I'm thinking to do is some kind of daily routine. And these daily stack up. So like if you get in one day 100 points, I would say that the daily count would be 10 days. You would get 10 days of influence. But the more people are in, your influence still goes down. But this would be a very specific competition, right? For all these top people to come together and do a special event. So Equality Series number 2, boys. Or Top Series, which is fucking weird because it's another T-Series thing. I guess T-Series is just gonna be an introduction. I probably won't be able to sleep it for a long time when I start it off. Because we're talking about the most influential people ever. Influential content ever. Being equalized a little bit based on their performance. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'll cut them in half and force the other half to be built out of their speed. Their speed will matter, and I will base that speed on, I don't know, it's really tough to indicate what speed is. I just don't want people to lose too much, right? I think I'll minimize the loss to like 25%. This is another completely next level research of like how do numbers interact in this particular way. I've learned so much. I'm embarrassed to die because like you're gonna basically take over my embarrassment of everything I've learned, and I couldn't like snap my fingers and become immediately attractive. But what'll gonna be immediately attractive too are these people right here. I can trick them now. As a creator, I can trick them. I don't have 7 years of survival. I understand that. I'm sitting on a fucking ledge here. Being given just enough time. Almost like it's a timeout for me. So first of all, I need to make an event. And then I am sitting on the edge. I need to pick creative outlet fast. And it doesn't work if people don't pay attention. Okay, these rant videos are almost like a secret. And it's almost like, for how long can you fucking do this? Dude, for how long? It's almost like a challenge to me. And the creative outlet is probably gonna happen right away. I'll start making music, and that music will inspire me to do other things. This is literally my opening up. or burning up moment. Because I'll make more music, potentially, than 10 musicians can make at the same year. Okay, in 1 year, I'll make more music than that. It's literally gonna be hours and hours of music. And if you don't believe me, I'm a fucking programmer. Do I have to remind you of that? I can do this. I can figure it out. We're talking about a year of intense research, intense skill repurposing, and when the skill is repurposed, it's almost like even stronger than ever before, and I know what I'm capable of, basically. I have been studying music without even realizing, because I never really put it out as like a creative thing. And whenever it was put out, it was always like, wow, you actually have a talent. So, that's what's gonna happen. But I know it's dangerous for me to do this, so I never did it. It was dangerous for me to do it. So it was like people stopped me in the right moment, because just having a talent is a shitty life. Well, you have a talent, that's cool. And if you're too proud to have a talent, like, no, it's a shitty life. Yes, your life becomes, see, the thing you have to see is most people who are talented have literally nothing else. They built everything on that talent. All I need is that threshold of money. Just get that bag of money out and bail, dude. 1 year of work should be good enough for me to survive next 5 years. 7 years. Why 5 years? Who did this? Who did Friday meme right there, you fucking assholes? I need an entire week off. One good Monday and you have a week off. Okay, that's how you do. So I have to go all in, basically. There's no way out. I can do game music. I can inspire people to do games. I can inspire people just through speech, or every single word I put and construct. There's so much in music you can do. People have not even scratched the fucking surface. Linkin Park is more like it's like someone smashing their head into a wall and creating music out of it. That's what it truly sounds like. Because at some point, Chester finally did it, finally break through the wall, and like, congratulations, welcome to heaven, asshole. Now I have to do it. I have to do the same thing. I don't want to do research of how to break a wall with your head. What the fuck is that? It's insane. By the way, yeah. I'm not gonna... I'm just gonna pray, dude. Chester, okay? We figured you out, fucking asshole. You can die in peace now. Or be in peace, I guess. Or just show up and fucking punch me in the face with your head. Fucking Radiohead, asshole. I need to make an event that will unnerf girls. Girls are just too powerful. Obviously I have my special team, so I actually have to highlight it right there. I have stars. Star. Ariana. Fine. Star. Yep. It's all mine, guys. It's all mine. All these top spots are mine. Ricky would normally be H2O, but it's not anymore. Mine. Maybe I even steal Lindsay Sterling at this point. Fuck it. She's too magical. She's too powerful. Magic team is somehow... I don't need a water girl though. I really need Smile. Okay? So Smile almost beats Lindsay anyways. Good riddance. Get the fuck out of here. I'm missing something because I have only 7 stars. I need 8. And the person that I'm missing is someone I want to replace. And she is right here. Too low for me. I'm sorry about that. Sabrina Carpenter. Oh no. I actually want to replace her. Can you imagine? But there's not any good replacements. In fact, if you take Rebecca Black as like my other vampire chick, basically, quote unquote, what? That's all I have of Rebecca Black, really? But no, it's perfect. It's just it takes a lot of patience to find a person like that. To be honest. Sabrina Carpenter was just a random bump in my road, and I'm like, oh, that's an interesting bump. Who did this? That's crazy, dude. But this might be the girl that needs to be questioned here. And again, you see this is a top list. You know my system of sorting works. Okay? I tested it now. It works. It had 0 conflicts too, so most of the time people are actually separated randomly, you know, by just enough numbers to not create any conflicts at all. They're not clustered into groups. Fuck yeah, dude, I'll take that. See, that's the only time when conflicts can start occurring, but even then, this thing works, okay? Even when conflicts do occur and the system is not perfect, and I really am annoyed by people who are looking for perfection. I'm like anti-perfectionist. Whatever I do perfectly, of course. But you wouldn't like it. You know, like, that's anti-perfectionism to me. I do things that you wouldn't care about perfectly. And it's like, it makes people really question, like, my reality. But it's just boring, dude. Because the real thing that speaks to these people, now that I realized, realization that I need talent to break people is all I needed here. I have finally answered my question. I've finally put together what I'm going to be doing. I think I broke into the first hour pretty much. I got my graduation cap from MatPat, and I don't know. Fucking stole his shield. Every fire person has an extreme powerful shield because they know how to bail from a dangerous situation. They know what to do. But they also know how to bully after the danger exceeds. You know, like, okay, I put my shield out, but then I keep on bullying. MatPat only shields himself as just a trendy little thing. Oh, shield works, I use shields. So he's not gonna bully you, don't worry about it. Trying to contact him, from my perspective, would be like a very, very helpful move. In fact, like, once I start making music, like, I can trigger anyone. I can send anyone a message. I can literally do anything. So if you really think about it, I'll transcend easily. It's Transcendent Series, boys. I'll become this new Indian guy. Indian tech support for you. No big deal. I literally feel there's no fucking way of failure. And like, if you think about it, that's another programmer speaking. Like, how can I fail? Like, yes, a lot of bands fail eventually, but I don't think they do. Like, every band gets enough attention to fucking keep doing what they're doing, right? Come on, like, even on the street, the first thing you're gonna do is like pick up a guitar, pick up a talent to get some kind of attention. You know, like, it works. There's nobody can tell me otherwise. It's just the only fucking frustration that I have is that maybe it works too well, so a lot of people are doing it. Too many people are doing it. There's high competition. But still, despite Minecraft being the best game, I can beat it. Okay? I can beat it. It's not that impossible. And welcome, it's the new day. Oh, and the problem that I initially talked about, like my mom not being around, that's solved. She was around when I double checked on her, and the lock is still terrible. It looks terrible. And who knows how we're gonna fix that. It's kind of fucking fascinating now to me. And I want to blame everything on my dad, but like, okay, whatever. You're gonna get your credit score. To be honest, the best way to give him the blame is press this button. You owe me 330 for all influence, because you're my dad. You owe me this much, okay? And this is not a lot when I ask for influence dollars. Okay? What is 5,000 to Ari, for example? Like, nothing, right? If I ask her, will you marry me? Yeah, but now you have to give me 5,000 because you're richer than me. I'm just saying, dude. Half and a half, baby. You want to do that? You want to split the boat in half? I have memes, dude. I have it. So, I hope this Dalton Gomez guy, who's she dating, is gonna give a perfect castle that I can conquer, basically. This real estate agent. Good luck, MatPat number 2, the Shield Maiden. Fucking build yourself a shield, Ariana, because you might need it. I'm a big boy. I'm a big boy now. Okay. Just pray for him, okay? This way better last name, okay? Don't take Selena's last name. That's not cool. That is not cool, man. Just take Goomer. I remember almost like there's almost like an episode where Goomer says my last name is Goomer or something. Some stupid thing. So here you go, you can have it. It's a real deal. Anyways, I'm graduating, so like, fuck yeah. Now I'm a failure. So, yeah, it is gonna be a disaster of a rundown of a lot of things, and I still need a fucking vampire chick that inspires me as well as Rebecca Black. Like, fuck. Rebecca Black might be obsolete in like 2 years or something. I need to do something. I need a replacement, and quick. So, and I'll explain exactly why Sabrina can't do it. She's a little bit too young in the first place. She does enough music for now, but is it good enough? It's actually pretty good. No, I can't complain. Her debut was also powerful. She's just too small. Not cute enough. I don't know. She's not my type. okay, and I feel almost like traumatized, like because I had bad school experiences. So these tiny people, there was one tiny person that did exactly that, which is bully me. Okay, I don't like that. That's not cool. And I know it was like a very twisted bullying, or like I had to confront her at this point. It's like there's no escape. I had to confront this piece of shit person. But that's I don't want to feel the same way about Sabrina. What the fuck? So we'll see. I don't want to find out that she's a fucking bully in the end, despite not being a narcissist. Who would have thought, right? Bullying is just something you can pick up as a skill, not as a. I can do bullying, but I do trolling. I'm just like pretend bullying, basically. Cause when you pretend bullying is like everyone else is like, look at how I am bullying you right now. I can bully you a lot harder, and then you leave butt-hearted the next day. Just cool, dude. Nobody cares unless you have stamina to bully me for a long time. It's actually difficult skill to have. Believe me. You can punch someone in the face and what happened to me one time, like I punched my friend and I'm crying now. I have all these feelings that probably just as bad as just feeling pain. And it's stupid. It's just as much damage dealt as received. There's nothing you can do. It's almost like if you played a Hearthstone and you smash into your opponent and you take it just as much damage, and you have to figure out how to take that 1 inch damage less so it doesn't end in a draw. So that's a skill right there. I would love that, by the way. Like, yeah, priest hero power, the most OP thing ever. I heal myself, but my opponent also heals. What are you gonna do? So there would be those special cards. I wonder how Hearthstone would look like in this situation. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Where health is linked for the most part until a dent happens. From the gods. Gods deliver a dent. Like Mad Bomber, for example. If it lands on your face randomly, then yeah, if you allow randomness in the game, it will actually do damage to only one person. How about that? You like that? Fuck yeah. Every random effect would work that way. Fuck yeah, that's a nice. Okay, this is compelling to me. What if Hearthstone linked players' health? Empathy match, basically. We both feel empathy for each other, so it's like the same thing, but someone has to win, right? We can't just keep drawing into the same person. Or, no, into the same outcome. Because that's lame. You know, someone has to be the ringleader in case we fucking get married, or a person who can knock someone out if needed. It's almost like another reality check problem. So we reached our number 1. And I think that the script changed quite a bit. Almost everything is a scam. We still haven't questioned what is a scam. Because, okay, everything is a scam for me. It's a personal thing. We figure it out. It's just me bitching about being burned by capitalism again and again. But it's just because I didn't show my talent yet. I still haven't exposed myself. Expose Gur next. Upcoming, guys. Very fun. I will have to fake myself so badly. It's gonna be so fucking annoying to be better than everyone else and then disappear, and it's like, he's not gonna make music anymore? No, he ranted about this. Remember, I'm doing it right now. I will not make music after a year. Potentially, I will actually hate it. I can predict all of this at the same time, and I have more talents that are not being liked right now, but that's for me to figure out. And also, like, grow fast enough and, like, oh no, I'm in a race. Oh no, here we go again, because you have to fool people. You have to stand up in this talent show and you have to fool. Not Penn and Teller. Just the fuck up Penn and Teller. You know what? You fool themselves. They fool themselves by asking magicians to do magic, right? That's a very niche thing. But apparently there's a lot of magicians, actually. But this is kind of crazy, right? Magic and singing seems to be too common of a talent, and yet that's how it works. Okay? The commonality puts us together, and whoever's actually doing it actually wins, you know? Goes through all the competitions. But the competition on the internet is completely different. Here's the thing, right? If you're truly good, if you truly have a talent and you know it, you'll just smash maximum capacity. Smash the fucking earth. Create an earthquake of infinite multitude. Infinite multitude earthquake. I put myself in a position where I gave myself maximum madness, and I gave maximum maybe insanity in a way, maybe something psychopathic in nature. So I'm feeding myself all these energies, but at some point I will reach the fire level where I need to, first of all, do the full year and then bail myself, introduce my personality into the work that I'm doing. So my music wouldn't just fade out completely, wouldn't be cut off. It would turn into something else, into some kind of other work. But it would cease to exist in the same format. And pretty much every person struggles who's dealing with music career. Every person struggles to put out music. There's just no other way. But you shouldn't be able to bleed onto your music and make it dirty and disgusting. And what women have a bailout on that, because they can just look pretty for as long as they possibly can, and people will appreciate them. It's like, that's it. That's all you have to do. Why is it so easy? Because it's not easy to be only taken almost like an advantage of, almost by yourself, and being pretty. Like, that's kind of weird. And despite what kind of talent you're doing, like acting or singing, it doesn't end with that at all. It just, you're pretty, so as long as you show up in multiple places and you're allowed to do that. It's more like, talents are more like unlocking doors for them, and sometimes they can get trickier, and they're not strong enough to escape bad situations, so they have to constantly make this happen, and they might even need all this wealth to accumulate it. If I truly believe that this is my real team, okay? That these are real people gonna be really in my life, and I can truly just shoot up all the way up there with them and reach them with my messages and my programming. I have programs, guys. We're gonna turn them into robots No, that's scary. Because I have received my program and I had to listen to their fucking music. So I have, of course they're gonna punch back. I'm like, you wanna see how I knock out people with my songs? Okay. So, oh no, here we go again. I will do a similar process as a creator. As you can tell now, this is quite easy to transcend these things. You feel the calling to do something, and you don't want to waste your life. You know, people treat life as very precious. It's almost like a deep fake ingrained value, but you can't just blink and make reality disappear. This is why we do it. Okay, your life is precious just automatically. Just please feel that way. I know death is fake. God is like, yeah, dude, death is fake. I am drunk. You will do whatever you want. But, you know, it fucking sucks when you do whatever you want. Because, like, everything is meaningless all of a sudden. So please just, you know, reality works. Don't worry about it. By the way, can I please Skyrim with... Shut the fuck up, God. Get out of here. You can't play Skyrim with me. Stupid God. So, yeah. God can play Skyrim with me, and it's a similar process for everyone. Okay, everyone has to fool their authorities. But for me, the authority is the people. I directly speak to the people. I will get popularity, which I don't actually intend to get. I want to bail, but I will need to bail, guys. Please, can you do a favor for me? Let me escape? No? Okay. Obviously, like, I could have done it through programming, right? Like, I have another talent. This is why it's so conflicting to me, like, what? Singing? What the fuck are you talking about? Singing? No, but it's true. Whatever is hitting the most, it's actually way more powerful than what has been in the open this whole time. Because programming was never a talent for anyone, if you double check. Let's just face this simple reality. Not a talent. It's a huge load of work that some people manage to do, but they can't present it as a talent. Okay? Being a hacker, going to game jams, eventually it's gonna spark off and turn into something. But right now it's just a lot of work. It's not a talent. Okay? It should come off as easy, but it isn't easy at all. And eventually, you know, Game Jam's gonna, you know, set the world on fire and become a newborn talent eventually. Maybe in 5 years, as like the world changes. But that's probably what makes the clock what it is. What is the greatest talent of all time? What is the thing that people will have no matter what? And it all comes down, I think, to what has been hidden here is the voice. You know, people have to have a voice. They need to have a voice. In today's world, in today's society, you have to have a voice. And this talent has not been exploited too much, because, you know, it's still a talent show ongoing. Okay, people can still come in and pass through the gates. But there's just one talent show that has been established, and there's no escape. Because who are the most popular people again? Who are the most subscribed people? You double check, oh, it's just music. Wow. That's not cool, actually. How did this happen? But music is not voice. What I'm talking about as voice is completely different. It's something you're listening to right now. And this is why I have the capacity to do it in the first place. Because I have been talking shit the most of all people on YouTube ever, basically. Yeah, maybe some radio host can do it, but is he incentivized to do it right away? Does he have the same fucking potential to do it? Does he have the same inspiration to do it? Fuck you, radio host. Especially if you have been able to invite special guests into your shows, and you're already a failure. You should have bleed yourself to get some mentorship. You have to rewatch these videos and start ranting videos just because, like, oh, I had this experience, so I'm like, now I'm a crazy guy. And you know what's so super crazy? Now putting into this scenario, right? Once you become crazy guy, people just wait on you. They're just waiting for you to do something crazy. Almost like crazy is the best thing that happens in the world. Obviously, if you're smart, because technically, what can you do, right? Yeah, sometimes I show murder tendencies, and it's pretty scary and intense. But for some reason, people handle this quite well. So I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Obviously, it's just self-destructive. Like, who does that? So, and I have no intention currently, obviously, but I'm still on the edge of, like, super salt. I will try. I'm slow. I'm sorry about that. But it's all in specific time frame. It's all set up specifically, and it's so annoying because my teeth hurt right now. And it's just extra pain on top. Obviously, it used to be extra pain when my dad was behind a wall or something, like extra distracting, and I still hate that there's still that going on as well. Some stupid shit. Why my teeth are hurting? Because wisdom teeth. I just have to survive the onslaught. I don't know how to do it. Smiling doesn't work, but I know building muscles is helpful. Just clean your teeth is not gonna work. Your teeth, my teeth are literally just crumbling down because they're smashing into each other, and it's the most disgusting feeling ever. And why wisdom teeth are normally removed, but I love pain just because it means not going to a doctor and doing something potentially stupid, okay? Government will always raise its hand and be like, I'll do it, I'll remove your pain. Fuck you, government. Nobody likes you. Okay? Yeah, because this is how government scoops up control, and honestly, this is exactly why politics is so boring. But because people pay so much attention to it, it kind of creeps me out in a way. Government is dominant right now, and has been for as long as America has been around. It's like everyone is tuning in. What are Americans doing? They're so successful, but only in one specific way, in having the strongest government ever, or the most amplified government, the most interesting one to look after for. Because they almost like established perfect anarchy, maybe? Perfect amount of freedom to create this American dream world, but obviously it's crumbling down or like bleeding out. So they're trying to create more and more extreme versions of America. It's just a little playground experiment, I would say. It's not somewhere you want to go to, because everything is a scam. We still have to learn how big of a scam everything is. Almost everything. So, like, you need to know these exceptions. Like, wow, there's a lot to learn. For me. But that's, I shouldn't just shout it out like, fuck it. Kind of. For me. And again, everything. Almost everything. So I felt it strongly, and I understand why I felt this strongly. I basically understand why I'm talking about this, but I didn't explain how it works exactly. So it's gonna be interesting. Hour number 2. I have to sit back and like enjoy some fucking YouTube videos or whatever, and until I build up that crazy urge. I'm not exactly sure, like, I'm not sure, but building up an urge is useful. Is more useful than just, it feels like I'm fading out and like I'm turning off slowly, and I'm like, I slowly don't care about this class whatsoever. I will die on my desk. Yes, I know you're trying to say something very smart right now, but I'm getting sleepy. I just woke up and it's so fucking sleepy, right? But that's the kind of weirdness that happens. You're sleepy when you wake up. Why is that? Because you still have to accumulate the interest, okay? What you're supposed to do, what you're capable of doing as well, because you haven't just you haven't just fully woken up. There's so much to do in life, so many things to test, so many combinations. I was fascinated by MatPat's way of like testing hot sauce. I'm fascinated, dude. I don't know, for me this is a fucking star. I gobbled up that video and I'm like, damn, finally food theory proves to be like a completely next level thing for a moment. Like a little star. A little something that he really wanted to express. An urge, right? An urge turned into food theory for no reason. There was no reason to put food theory above all else. Above YouTube theory. About bragging. How you continue making YouTube a great place. And what is YouTube even doing in the first place? It does feel offensive a little bit. To sit on the couch, I guess. It's a hot couch. So I don't know. There was an urge to do something more fun. I think that's what's happening. It's really cool. I obviously gonna smash and outcompete this little shit. Okay, I can do whatever. But I'm sleepy right now, so when I say things like that while I'm sleepy, like, no one's gonna take me seriously. Nah, you're just drunk, dude. Fucking drunk ass. I was sober my entire life. How can I be a failure, right? That's the real question. If you have been sober your whole life, how can you fail? But the world around you fails constantly, not you. Don't worry about yourself. If you're sober, are you fucking kidding me? The world fucking is failing. The world is not bullying you hard enough and forcing you to do things that, you know, beneficial to you, but makes you want to be less sober all of a sudden. You know, that sort of stuff. And just because I'm hiding somewhere, I'm just disrespecting people. That's the reality, you know? I'm hiding not because I'm scared. I'm disrespectful, okay? Yes, of course, I'm quite a bit scared, but not good enough to make it a definition. I'm frustrated, more or less. I understand there's a lot of feelings to fucking deal with. That at any point one of them fails and I have to bail, I have to actually be scared at that moment. When you're scared, you run. But if you're hiding, you can't say that you're scared. You're just being disrespectful, right? Like it's so twisted because it's so hard to explain until you're fully out in the open and you're like, I'm capable of doing things like that. Don't worry about me. Okay, I have been disrespectful this whole time, and once I sing it out of my fucking voice, people start understanding a little bit too late, but because they did it unanimously, all of them at once did the same fucking thing, and they keep on doing it. They keep on expecting it. There's almost like an audience sitting on their fucking couches just waiting for me to happen. It's just the most annoying thing. Like, man, I feel uncomfortable, but I'll do it. Just you wait. And I still need to do some HuniePop research, okay? HuniePop research. Okay. No, I don't know when T-Series is coming out. Besides next year. I'm talking... No, it's just... I don't know when HuniePop is going to be coming out. Why did I fucking switch places? But whatever. So HuniePop... Still happening? What is happening, dude? Please. You can't just... By the way, this could just block me immediately. I don't know. Some shady shit shows up. I can almost taste the victory of nonsense. June, August. And then where is September, dude? Where is your goddamn fucking September? There isn't one. I'm very... very disappointed. I guess someone in parallel, I still feel like these developers kind of live in parallel to me. For some reason. Who knows, man? Maybe I'll fucking find an actual waifu. Maybe that's what's gonna be my waifu. I just need to research about who she is. This Stardust bitch who's voice acting as this avatar. Okay, his avatar looks cute. And she has a lot of friends. Like, fuck yeah. And she said Ariana is the most prettiest girl in the world. Fuck yeah, I'll take that. I don't know who you are, Kiyu, but you're in trouble, okay? And she actually showed up as another fucking thing, by the way. This is gonna blow your mind. Earth plus fire, which is literally mad bad personality, which is what I said, like, oh, hey, brother, what you doing? Oh, what? There's someone I need to add to my team? Are you sure about that? Because here's one problem. I was looking for a fucking vampire chick, and I get this? Fucking assholes. I already have, like... I want to add Hailey, maybe? Hailey Steinfeld? No? I have to diversify my team? Okay, singers, get the fuck out of my team. Your flashlight sucks. Hailey, get the fuck out of here. By the way, I use flashlight on my Tinder bio, so... You're my flashlight, assholes. Stupid scams. They don't see it, obviously. You put a nice song or a bad song, it's the same effect, basically. So stupid, right? It doesn't matter whether you're nice or correct or factful. All you have to do is just voice your opinion into the audience. Straight into the audience. Let them fucking clap about it. Fuck yeah, dude. Whatever. Whatever. I'm drunk. I will not go to a talent show, but I can always pretend that I am. Like, who doesn't want to just do YouTube videos and do direct contact with people by making music? Who the fuck doesn't want to do that? But it's even worse than that. I can't make friends with any person that's making music right now. It's almost like they live in a completely different dimension. YouTuber singers don't really exist. Okay, and I think it would be very triggering if I started sending messages all of a sudden. Diss tracks. Let's go, man. I think that's what made or deranged the personality of Fousey. Okay? Because Fousey's like, I'm a YouTube singer now. Shut the fuck up, Fousey. You're a prankster piece of shit. He would love to hear that, by the way. That's constructive criticism right there. Please, carry on. No, I'll... That's it, that's right. That's all you get. Fousey. I don't watch this content anymore. He would be on the map somewhere, but he disappeared, so I'm like... Fart noises, I guess. Fart noises. Alright, so with that in mind, I think I'll take a break now. It's nice to take a break in the middle, I think. I need to research Kiyu. I'm like incredibly aroused right now. That one tweet. I need that tweet right now, guys. Wait, did she deleted everything? I'll search. Oh no. Oh no, if she fucking deleted that. Because this has to be official. Anything good about Ariana, like, has to be official. It's kind of ironic that this tweet blew my mind because Selena Gomez is actually the most beautiful in the world. I don't know how that works out because I calculated it all. Ari just super cute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yes, beauty scale, second most beautiful in the world. Why not? Whatever. But the real deal here is this aligns with like Earth Fire again. If you're talking about Selena Gomez instead. Fuck. What is happening? Why is this a MatPat episode right now? What the fuck? Shut the fuck up, MatPat. You know what? I have to do this. Rest in peace, Ratpat. I don't like you, Ratpat. It's so close, man. I almost got him. I almost shot him in the face. It's almost MatPat. It's almost the real deal, but it's not. I'll miss you, Ratpat. Okay. Fuck, I'm still having struggles with this stupid microphone. Anyways. Actually, Leo, or like actualized, conspiracy theorists are mostly dumb. bullies are mostly dumb too. Nothing fucking changes here. We're gonna dive back into whatever. Almost. Fuck, what the hell? Yeah, it's almost like there's too much distraction already. It's fucking disgusting. I have to discuss what conspiracy theories are. It's about higher forces. You don't even know what higher forces is, you can't explain it. Influencing everyone else in whichever way they want it to fucking pull the strings. But if you uncover what's actually going on, there's a lot of deception that prevents us to move forward. Next level, basically. I immediately became aware, like, thinking about it, and creating this little conflict of interest, because this guy has 1 million subscribers. Okay, that's not okay. That is not. But he has been on YouTube for a long time, and everyone expecting him to talk about spirituality in 3-hour video formats, or 2.5. So it's close, okay? It's so close that it's I can criticize it for not making points properly. Because if he made a point, conspiracy theories are dumb, I have a simple counterpoint. Every group of people allow dumb people to join. And honestly, conspiracy theorists have a very tough way of building filters from dumb people. Like, yeah, you come here because, like, you're scared and you look dumb. Immediately you look dumb, but it's not. That's not it. You know, building a filter, you have to do it completely differently. And this is why people, like, why you keep the dumb people? Because they're scared, they're emotional, okay? Conspiracy theories are more emotional than thought-provoking, actually. But those people who are thoughtful, they're not gonna be out in the open as dumb people will be. So it's just, you will encounter. So allow dumb people to join. They major, meaning that they become the majority. So in just one word, I can say they major over what you think conspiracy theorists are about, but you don't understand. And again, don't look at dumb people as like, holy shit, it's something to point a finger at. No. If there are dumb people in a group, you're allowed to join in naturally, okay? Just outcompete that other person, you join in instead. And honestly, every single time you join in, you realize you don't get much until you climb upwards properly. And you have to exaggerate all kinds of fucking things and explore all kinds of things. So it's just really condescending from a spiritual guy to fucking say this statement. It's just ridiculous. You can see that it's... So let me fucking conspire against conspiracy theorists a little bit more, because I love fucking trolling around. Is that what's going on? Because from my perspective, this is a person with 1 million subscribers talking, right? Like, this is not... It's not fair at all. Okay? You can't say anything bad anymore when you're fucking on top of the fucking world at this point. I don't even understand, man. You gotta play a completely different game each time. Anyways, so that's a scam. Eventually, again, YouTube becomes more cringy and becomes more of a scam when you realize what you're dealing with. You have to conspire back against conspiracy people, not theorists. Those who fucking create conspiracies in the first place. Like that, they just allow these little slipper slappers, man. Slippy slaps, man. Oh, I just slipped and I slapped you in the face and it made you a little bit less confident, and you will not take over my channel. Those little fucking tiny dents in your self-esteem being given to you, and you just take it. You know, like, no, don't do that. The video is unwatchable, but you have to leave a comment recognizing that you would have watched more, and maybe the person actually cares about it. But most of the time it's gonna be nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares because everything is a scam, okay? Just a very quick reminder. Depending on how many comments YouTuber is ignoring, is more of a scammer that way. That's what it depends off. And if you have 1 million subscribers, there's a huge chance you're conspiring against everyone by ignoring a huge majority of people. Yeah, sure. Ignore. Go ahead. It's making a video is one part of the work. The other part of the work, yeah, so researching and then producing the video. But the other part of the work is all communal. All of the community's work. Promoting people and then educating people on misconceptions. Making the right memes, basically, in the right direction. Like I'm making statements right here. This is technically like a self-rejuvenating work. This is why rant videos are way better than just you spit out facts of whatever you think is true. Whether it's spiritually, whether it's just in the tech world, whether your channel is delivering one-sided news from one kind of fucking perspective, like whatever. For me, because I do the memes, technically. I do my own jokes, I laugh at my own jokes. I have to, like, sustain myself this way. And this is how my sanity circulates. So, I don't have to interact with people because there's nothing to interact with. Well, that's it. Right? So the community work actually is the video. This is my community work. This is why I'm doing it right now. Just to prove that I am doing it, okay? Rant videos are long because half of it is community work. Okay, it's not split apart. This is why my channel is so fucking well structured as a perfect YouTube channel you've never seen before. You know, I tend to grow slow, but I tend to value perfection more than, or quality more than see, quality over quantity, no. That's not it. Quality over quality. That's what I value more. Which is ridiculous. It sounds ridiculous, but bear with me. I value quality over production quality. Which is, in other words, this is a self-quality. It's a quality that just stands on itself. You know, it's the easiest qualities that you can add to your video making business instead of producing quality, which, in order to produce quality, you have to be in the right position to have the good camera or access to the internet, a lot of knowledge of how people upload videos or whatever. So that's what happened in the beginning, but then people accumulated more and more knowledge, and here they are. some of them cheating out production quality just to be a part of our community in YouTube. But the reality is, this is why people look back nostalgically like everyone enjoyed self-quality, the natural quality that has been given for people who have been first to jump on board, who have been prepared naturally to do this. Okay, and they are naturally the best. The Smosh guys have survived this whole fucking time. They're still doing a good fucking job too, because they probably have accumulated incredible self-quality just being together this whole time, just perhaps being the greatest team of all time. I don't know, man. And they possess so much self-quality, they created a bigger operation than themselves. That just, I'm really glad. I can get behind Smosh as an entire team, an entire industry that's competing against me quite hard right now. Like realizing, holy shit, PewDiePie is nothing. There's a completely big ass dude in town that I've been watching, I've been binging, and I'm like, I didn't really felt much until I put it into perspective that this is the most influential industry that, like, you know, it kept growing into multiple channels over time. So it's again showing self-quality this way. And what you have to understand, okay, Smosh is perfect power couple. Okay, when we're talking about 1.4.3.3 specifically, this number, okay, Smosh literally just created the self-quality of what YouTube, defined what YouTube is in the first place, I would say. And they have never had any trouble with their channel as well. They stayed away from trouble because they just know how to fucking operate in this system perfectly. Just too much to learn, guys. You have too much to learn, and most people who are not Smosh, they gotta get the fuck out of here, pretty much. It is an uncomfortable message to send to people, because this is a spotlight scenario, right? Like, yes, you have your own space in a spotlight, don't worry about it. It's a circular system again. I'm like the fuel, they're on the spotlight, they're the best. We just have to deal with that idea that they're the best. What happens after Smosh does their thing? There's some lazy people maybe who are recreating their skits, I don't know, copycats, or just pushing their value forward somehow. I don't know, Stevies, all kinds of Stevies out there. I don't know. Well, yeah, you can see that in order to truly succeed in YouTube, you don't want to succeed in YouTube. You want to succeed in self-quality, not production quality, because production quality is just plain work. If you do work, and you know what work has to be done, you can do it for money. And then, but bail, because if people figure out that you're just doing production quality this whole time, and your channel is just built on nothing, on air, that sucks up money, whether it's slow or fast, it doesn't fucking matter, okay? Money is a scam, because it doesn't matter as much as you think. It builds your channel up, and it's like, well, you just create an industry here, right? Yeah, you can create a factory and employ workers to do the job for you. You can be in charge of that, but those workers were so circular, they can't stay forever, okay? They're just here to accumulate money. That's what you have to fucking respect from them. And you have to respect from yourself too, which you created a factory to be a longer term function for these people. But at the same time, you're almost now doing the self-quality work, reaching for it, because you build something that you sustain. you push yourself very hard. Okay, so there is production quality that evolves eventually, but you literally have to go look way forward in life. I think. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. Nobody can keep up with his videos. I just recognize that. But that's why I need to do this fucking community work with myself. So if there is someone who can keep up, I go all out. I don't shit around with shitty statements. Again, yeah, money is self-deception where self-quality is replaced with the production quality where money, where you kind of like erase yourself to become a money-making person. Now, in what condition can you even push yourself to do that? Well, when your self-quality is naturally lost, then you go to production. And in order to maintain your quality, because quality is through quality, you know, like you try to keep up with your quality. And most of the time, people take YouTube as more like a side thing. You know, they don't just over-invest into YouTube like I do. I actually invest everything because I know what I'm fucking doing. I'm going all in just because it's my hobby that has eaten away other hobbies. I'm like, okay, I'm doing YouTube now. I don't know why. And I promoted myself into YouTube CEO because I just understand this this world so well. I've spent too much time. Again, I'm a fucking loner. I watch YouTube videos all this time. Like, how am I fucking gonna dodge the bullet of learning everything there is to learn about this platform? So I will automatically graduate. I just, I'm waiting who's gonna be the first one to fucking recognize that it's possible. See, that's the first thing that has to be recognized. So, seemingly impossible structures are hard to recognize. Okay. I'm proposing quite an impossible structure in this sense, where I'm saying I just watch YouTube videos, now I'm YouTube CEO. This is a very interesting structure, by the way. And maybe it's worth doing that. And it's gonna actually tell you guys how everything is a scam again. Because not everything is just the same way as it seems to be. Okay? I watched enough videos to naturally become YouTube CEO. Now, how does that work? And I can naturally just ban YouTubers too. Away. Again, before Leafy was banned, I trash talk about him a little bit. And then, wow, he disappeared. How the fuck did that happen? I trash talk about Stefan Molyneux a little bit. And I went in trouble. I didn't trash too much on Alex Jones when he was banned. But I left him hanging. And I felt like, wow, that is a very trash thing to happen. Where I left him without completely, I didn't watch his content anymore. And I'm recognizing these are big moves that I've made to later on discover that the channel was banned. But the reality is I hate everything, so I actually put too many eggs in every basket, basically. So if I find an egg, it's like I naturally lay eggs everywhere. So I naturally hate every channel ever, but I wouldn't necessarily expect all of them to be banned. Nor do I care about bans in the first place. I think YouTube just is completely irrelevant of a platform when it comes to banning. Like, I don't care. It's just something seemingly flashy, but you know there's so many broken aspects of what they have been doing. And I know, like, I want freedom of speech and all that shit to be in place so people can discuss things freely and not just bubble up in their own little groups. But YouTube will find whatever it's good for the algorithm or whatever. They'll figure it out themselves over time. You gotta just be patient, I think. It is annoying when it feels like your freedoms are being detained, but for me, I have no perspective to actually tell you anything, because I have never had any freedom whatsoever to talk to an audience in the first place whenever I want. Like, these are crazy freedoms we're talking about already, for people who have been able to be successful. And the fact that you got banned and got reset to 0, well, just prove yourself otherwise. You can always become other people, okay? You can say mentor too, but like, you almost like take so much credit. You are these people that you're mentoring, that you're pushing into YouTube forward, right? You have been able, you had an audience now you can be a mentor. Good luck. I don't care why people get banned. I'm actually willing to see more bans happen. Just randomly, as well. Just be prepared for this fucking shit. Okay? Because maybe authorities are confused and they don't know what to say, and they don't know what to do. They just want to clean up the mess that they see. They don't share their perspective because maybe that's a right thing to do for them. Maybe they have no perspective, okay? Maybe they're wrong because they're incapable of having a conversation with you, but that's why I have a conversation with myself. Have to acknowledge them. Because, again, maybe authorities are silent because they're crippled. That's the only thing they can do. The only thing that they feel they can do. We just have to fucking, like, let them do it, okay, whatever. And respect them to the maximum. Okay, we can't respect every single ban ever. We have to respect ourselves more and how we feel more. But we understand there's a person who pressed the button, and we have to, like, discuss the whole fucking effect as if they don't exist because they're silent, okay? They're just being put in power somehow, naturally, or whatever way happened. Or we can pretend that YouTube is conspiring against us. And sure, again, I don't disagree with this statement completely, okay? But it's just naturally that people are going to be dumb in the very beginning, and they're going to pick up very edgy things, and they will think those things are true, but it's just for entertainment value, okay? Entertainment purposes, thinking purposes. You make an extreme switch in your brain to challenge yourself. Once you are more aware of everything, you're gonna be more tolerant to things. And building up tolerance is the only way you're gonna survive without people attacking you, basically. You start dodging bullets, basically. Tolerance is a way to dodge bullets and damage in general. So, you will get out of survival faster. I am deep in survival right now, and people are like, well, you can just get a job and get a fucking get from someone else, right? As if it's a given thing. If it's not free, it's not given. Okay? And it's not free. And it can be turned into a scam eventually if it's not free. If you have to apply for a job, it's a scam. If you have to wait until you get your money worth, it's probably a scam. You know, there's always a risk. Or do I just play lottery like everyone else does? Scamming themselves to just feel the pain of, like, whatever. I really want my money. But it's still so annoying, right? Like, you gotta tame those dumb people. But first you have to get out of survival first. I mean, holy shit. And then, in order to get out of survival, you have to start dodging bullets and recognizing that you're in a second world after your family disowns you, basically. Whatever your family is, it doesn't have to be mother and daddy. Whatever it is, dude. Whatever you grow up with, that's your family. And sometimes, without even having your parents to be mother and dad, you might have a much bigger family than you ever thought. Okay. Maybe you have grown up in child scare facility, whatever. And you still have a bigger family because you started... You're interacting constantly with a lot of children. That's crazy. And I bumped into a person, I made a friend out of him, but I have no friends. And I'm like, he's like the only person that still hangs around, like, and can still call him up. He's still very tolerant, but at the same time, he's very fucking shady, too. Like everyone else. So, and it's almost like his personality is to be able to force yourself to tolerate other people, whatever it takes. And he grew up in that background where people are just garbage. And you have to survive it, basically. And you can squeeze out value out of that, essentially. But you're still gonna focus on the deal market and not necessarily the spiritual market where you clean up the trash and it's a normal human being now. And you can take credit for it. It's like, imagine this, right? Every dumb person can be filled with value, okay? You can force a dumb person to be more than they feel that they are, but maybe sometimes they will realize, fuck, I can take care of this situation on my own. And it's a very nice challenge. It's a perfect challenge for mentors to do, and pick up a dumb person and just fill up them with value. And again, if you have a channel of 1 million subscribers and you fucking let them just listen to you all the time, and you're not just picking up people. Again, now I'm looking back at Stefan Molyneux, he did the perfect fucking job where he's making a call-in show. Maybe not necessarily was ready for the whole thing to work the way that it did. Or he didn't know what he was exactly trying to fill people with value, because he was managing it more like a factor, like, next please, next person comes in. Like, no, you kind of want to make better friends. You kind of want to go all the way to the other side of things. So you have been talking to a huge audience, and now you have to start talking in private almost, and only share the details to introduce that person slowly as more like a more capable person in your life, more helpful person than just a viewer. So all of a sudden, right, after establishing an audience, you need to focus on the opposite side of things. Okay, and elect some person that's gonna be your helper. And then you go back to the other side again, and keep on bouncing around until you get that sweet spot on lock. once you have it unlocked, you actually stop bouncing around, because you're not gonna bounce into the sweet spot. You have to just jump on it. You just have to grab it. It's almost like you're cooking something, and in the end you have like the massive fucking plate of food for everyone to enjoy. Because while you're bouncing around, you're still putting too much pressure on both sides, on the audience and the people that support you privately, right? And this is the moment where community gets established. Yeah, you can see this is like super high tier, basically. It's just transcendent message that I had to send to people who are faced with this, the problem. A simple problem that they don't understand how to treat people right now properly. So why did Smosh worked perfectly? And Smosh exactly took this formula, by the way. Yet again, they're just doing the same fucking thing perfectly. They constantly deal with the audience, and at some point they pick up someone to work privately with, and they keep bouncing around until like they can release a video. But in their videos are high production, and hopefully it's naturally, right? Hopefully they didn't just pretentiously put these things together and maximized everything to the point where their relationship broken off because of that, and their business broken off because of that. Business model, basically. I don't know, man. At one point, everything was breaking down. But in a way, it's like nobody can be this fucking perfect, right? We're gonna poke some holes. We're gonna figure out what's going on. One more thing. Yeah, I mean, I needed to do the event. I probably need to, like, upload the new scores or whatever. I'm still very tired of all the pain that I felt about my teeth. Pain is fucking tiresome because it's like your body's burning as if you're doing an exercise. Your brain's hurting if the pain is like super close. Or on your head, basically. And it's just, your entire head starts hurting. It's just so annoying. It strains all your muscles on your head. So you can imagine how tired I am, especially when I have to fucking deal with such complicated concepts that I never even had a chance to take responsibilities of. Like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna beg for responsibilities again. I'm not gonna beg for anything. That's not how life works. Okay? Life doesn't work if it demands you to beg for things. Okay? This is why Christmas is such a fucking wonderful time. You get presents that you kind of asked for, kind of didn't ask for. Kind of people understand what you need in life, and they prepare the present for you. That's how presents supposed to work in the first place. People recognize you need something. Obviously now, like, we can buy anything anytime. Nobody has to drive a mile here and there, like 100 miles here and there, right? Like, it's fucking stupid to put together a present. Right now you can order anything anytime, so money is the best present to begin with, but you still can exchange money alongside with a slip of information of some kind, or just talk to them, ask, figure out if they truly need that money. You prepare to give money. You say, I'm willing to give you money. I just need a few questions. You know, that's how you give presents now. The giving presents, I think, definitely evolved. Now that we have delivery of anything from anywhere, Money is the gift. And you have to de-scam the money. You can't just give money, okay? You're wishing that person to order something, but you can't force them to order that thing. You're just trying to put that idea on the table and like, okay, I'm hoping you're gonna buy that thing. Maybe you have a reason why you don't want to buy it, so like you give half of the money, like whatever, and I still want you to have a gift. It's a tough fucking situation, okay, and everything is tough. I don't see enough work being done to where like I don't have to beg for things anymore. I don't have to make rant videos anymore. This is just the beginning as well. This is fucking a rabbit hole of insanity that I have to go through, and I will try and like tune out of this problem. Surfing through problems. It's like, well, I happen to wake up in the middle of a fucking ocean. Obviously, I'm not gonna try and scream my way out of here. But I'll try to do that 1 year. Completely different type of content, never done before, which is music. And again, in 3 months, you have to still find the energy to do programming too, to come back on that level. Like, I'll be a fucking wholesome dude. I don't worry about myself, because I spend with my so much time with myself. Like, there's no way I'm a failure. Okay, there's just no fucking way I'm a failure. Okay, like, just crazy. Yes, I might have allowed people to fail me a few times and backstab me, and those people are failures because they haven't figured out how to make a win-win situation where they don't need to, fake a failure out of me in the end. In the end, that's what happens if you have to steal credibility. And again, I just end up in the fucking bottom of the barrel as a fucking loser all the time. Because I allow people to stab me in the back because I have high tolerance, right? Like, I need bigger tolerance. I understand how high tolerance works in the first place. People are not aware about this stuff at all. And I think maybe that's the case here that makes this whole fucking thing. And we're gonna combine these two stars, basically. So high tolerance, not something other people have. It's kind of graduation material, basically. And when you understand what graduation is, the first graduation ever is like, you shouldn't do anything necessarily. You should just observe the world as it is. It actually naturally flows value into you. You don't even have to do anything at all. You might even want to sit on the fucking streets and meditate and automatically generate money and say, yes, I'm just meditating, I'm just sitting here. And I'll move once people start being very aggressive with me. I don't even have fucking luxury to do that because I feel like the world is ridiculously aggressive right now. And sitting on the streets is gonna turn you into a public figure too quickly, too fast. I already have too much fucking sanity to do this. Just being able to understand this whole concept is, again, like, the first thing to figure out is, like, how do you get that material? What is the quickest way to do it? What is the most reliable way to do it? There have to be multiple ways to do it so that you can give a proper advice to a proper person. So now we're going to combine these things together, and I'll show you basically with this new perspective that you probably don't have, which is high tolerance perspective, how you can start tolerating people who are just naturally becoming something that you've never. They're just naturally growing in power, and they will establish themselves. They don't need help to say, oh, you have applied for this job, and I have accepted your application. I fucking shoot you in the head. You have to accept my bull, you piece of shit. I don't need your application to be accepted. I don't need you to make an application in the first fucking place. application for applications. It's just fucking stupid, right? So you recognize how most of the time it all happens naturally, and we have to act as if things still happen naturally despite us living in capitalism, okay? We're so mesmerized by capitalism, we think there are specific solutions, okay? And most of the time, like, oh, money is a specific solution, right? You just get a job. Shut the fuck up, get a job. Oh, you homeless person, get a job. Of course, you need an activity to do something for profit, but, like, you have no idea how difficult that is all of a sudden. There's no chance I'm a failure. I spend too much time on my own, but I still tried to not do it, okay? I still tempted myself to poke people and see if I can actually stop spending time with myself if I'm actually spending quality time with other people too, but it never ended up being that. It ended up being a nuisance that people live their own fucking worlds. Maybe they're successful, maybe they're not, but it's too fucking risky to actually follow their worlds up close, and I just let them do whatever they're doing, and they will realize they're just becoming a part of nature. They're just eroding themselves, blending themselves in. Good luck, dude. Good luck. You will come back anyways, like a fucking boomerang that I have thrown. I have put so much effort in these fucking friendships that are not working out. I've been the force that, I want to hang out because I feel lonely. Not them. They don't feel lonely for some reason. They feel filled up with all kinds of garbage. But this is what happens, I think. People with low tolerance quickly often find new things to commit to. Because with low tolerance, you actually hang out with the same group of people. Your group of people actually starts expanding slowly. It's almost like a fucking growth of cancer that's gonna degrade you. Because low tolerance means that you actually keep high likeness of yourself. You can't dodge bullets, so you hope that people like you from the surface level, right? You try to look good to people. You try to look non-aggressive, not a bullying material, basically. Not someone that can be easily picked on. Okay? I go outside, people can fucking call me a zombie or whatever. That I don't go outside enough. But that's not a fucking good reason to call someone up. Okay? You're a group of fucking people who are very aggressive all of a sudden. You have to figure out how to function separately and fish. Treat me as a fish at least, not a fucking zombie. And then there's obviously the group of friends that have low tolerance in general, and they have their own fucking groups that they're creating all of a sudden. The grouping mechanism, almost every natural group is horrible. Okay, groups of people shouldn't necessarily be natural. These are lumps of people. They probably have the same problem altogether, and they will disband once the problem is solved. Most of the time, people group themselves naturally for production purposes. Again, to make money. It's very simple, actually. But here you go. This is a huge deal for me, because this is a proof. This is pretty much the application. Almost everything is a scam, and it's the application for me too. become YouTube CEO for sure. Howard 2. Here's my full application as YouTube CEO. Okay, thank you. The more hatred I have to thrust out of my butthole into someone's face, the more wrong things are happening on YouTube, the more the reason for me to start fighting for this title. But again, all you have to do to get a title is to hold it. Just fucking hold it. Just learn more and more and more what it could possibly mean in whichever way you like to do it. And don't always straight go for the understand everything that Tyler has to offer, and then you I apply, and you forget about it. Actually, applications is like an old school way to forget about something that you care about. Okay, and allow the job makers to take advantage of you if they feel that they can. Okay, you're giving too much freedom. For too many jobs, you are giving too much freedom to employees, which is fucking nasty, to be honest. Yeah, you need to taste jobs. I did that, and it just is disgusting, because actually the actual life was cheating me way more than the jobs were actually providing money for me. I don't need just money. I need fucking actual fucking help in life to not lose things, to start accumulating things slowly, and not have a job. Maybe not having a job it was way better. If you can survive without having a job, that's fucking amazing. Okay, maybe seek for those kind of opportunities and those kind of establishments where not only don't have a job, but you still produce quality something. So you still, yeah, it doesn't matter. You still are qualified as a society member, because you don't have to just invest into society. No, that's not how it works. Society doesn't work that way at all. Society actually wants your pure effort. It wants your pure heart effort. So it's also hard, very difficult to achieve that sort of effort. Because every time, everyone else with low tolerance, they say, but you need money constantly, right? How are you gonna live without it? But they also say, why are you not drinking? Why are you not smoking, right? Why are you not using drugs? They start saying these things, and it's actually pretty ridiculous. Because I can't fucking afford it, maybe? Because you're retarded, maybe? For saying it? Because you're addicted to things and I'm not? There is a very specific answer you can give to them. But what they're actually doing is they reminding you, I am your enemy, and you have to get rid of me, basically. That's what they're saying in reality. I'm your enemy, please get rid of me, because I'm a fucking loser. These people might not even be repurposable by mentors. There's some people who just completely lost and gone in their insanities. And you can't point finger at them, but you can still purpose them for something. And let them know that they're purposed. They just have to put themselves in the right position for a certain amount of time. As long as they can, right? And they'll have purpose for that moment. And they might change their minds entirely. But again, it's all about patience in that case. These people are insane. And low tolerance people just surrounded me. I'm fucking drowning here. I don't know what to do. I don't know what... I don't know who to trust anymore, because for me everything is a fucking scam. Even the position that I'm trying to attain is a scam. Right? Because I can't just apply for it. I just have to knock out a person that we hate already. So whatever. And keep doing the work to do it. Eventually. And maybe what happens... perhaps what happens is I knock YouTube entirely. Just YouTube is gone entirely, just with one punch. Oh, Susan, you're still holding on to that thing. But when I punch you, the entire fucking house of cards collapses. And I rebuild it for myself. Yay. History can continue on. I just stick with my house of cards now. Obviously, because I'm too old for this shit to move any forward with history. Besides, if you really think about it, history doesn't move for you when you're tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. There is no fucking sense of time anymore. You hold on to true things at this point. You can even delete this from your memory. The fact that it's 4 doesn't change anything. But the fact that it's gonna be 4.1 in a few, like 30 years or something, or 20 years, that's still concerning to me. It might change the fact that the way internet works or whatever, like whatever. So just knocking out YouTube in entirety might not be a solution to me at all. Literally, I have to fucking sit here as a fucking god and apply for a god job instead. But yeah, you naturally become something, and you naturally have to know what that something is, despite you not being able to produce high quality videos. Because think about it this way, right? High quality videos are not boring, specifically, but decent quality are. You have to really peak that quality level. And sometimes you have so much self-quality, you just need to add a little bit of production quality to finish off whatever you're doing otherwise, naturally, whatever. So, some people reach that high quality without too much struggle. But the high quality thing keeps rising, and people find more and more things boring. It's like how easy it is to fucking create a 3D game, for example. No. The answer is no. Go away. Don't make a 3D game. Don't do it. Don't do it, game developer. I know what you're trying to do. Go away. It's just a ridiculously horrible concept, I would say, to try and aim for high quality stuff. You need profitable stuff. High quality is not even something that production's supposed to be doing. It's almost like whatever CoComelon did, or whatever this T-Series was about, they probably get a decent amount of money, and like they can bail anytime. So there's so many strategies in the world of capitalism, or the world of capitalism is obviously gonna burn your eyes out, but it's there. You know, you can take advantage of it. It's just like everyone thinks because they're mesmerized, look, there's a world of capitalism, you have to take advantage of it. Yeah, I will be put on the spotlight immediately. And immediately everyone will hate me for that time being. And I have to grind that money as best as I can. Because eventually time's up and you're out. Okay, so because usually there's the management rotation going on, you have to just grab maximum amount of work you can handle and stay away from 12-hour shifts or whatever. Like, fuck me. I got myself into every trap ever, I would say. The biggest trap, thinking that, you know, too much work is too much. No, I should have just Should have just stuck with it and just bailed. It's all fucking... It could have all worked out if I had higher level strategy, if I was prepared for this whole fucking situation. But again, my parents are garbage. They don't understand jack fucking shit. And when my dad still fucking survives in that conditions because he has absolutely no self-esteem and nothing to do in life besides work, and he doesn't actually just provide to me anything besides this washing machine that we have. It's a huge deal, honestly, but his travel expenses are kind of went into a dumpster. I don't know, man. I will still pretend that he did all the job that I couldn't do myself. Just order a washing machine. I couldn't have done it for some reason. But like, yeah, it is ridiculous. As you can tell. It's ridiculous what he's trying to do. Physically being here, putting me in a smoking hazard situation, traveling expenses, unknown outcome because my mom comes back and like, you shouldn't be here. You know, like, she calls police and like, okay, I'll go to the house where there is no water, no warming systems, nothing. So, what the hell? And then it's a fucking, and my dad's so fucking confident. I kind of own this place at one point. I was like, fuck off, man. You're gonna get destroyed if he would have stayed here. If there would be a single chance he stays here, he's out of here. I'll fucking physically throw him out. But obviously, because he has decent sized business, or like, okay, I get a washing machine at least. I can forget about this whole fucking situation after it's over. But it's like, fuck my life, dude. So here was another 5 minutes complaining how my family sucked. Which is important. It's important to me. Okay. While I have freedom, I spend freedom. Freedom is more important than spending slavery, okay? Because slavery means you have to not just sacrifice your time, you have to sacrifice your self-esteem, your ability to be a fucking human being. It's incredibly exhausting, okay? And while at the same time I wasn't requesting my dad for money, I also wasn't trying to bump into his ego where like, oh, you should go back with me, you know, and be dragged into that position. Or I need money or whatever. I needed to protect myself at the same time, not to have that conversation. Because I don't want to go back anywhere. In fact, most of my survival money has been stolen. So it's like, it's not my fault. Most of the things that I'm in danger for makes no fucking sense. Okay, and it's my mom's fault, and it initially was my dad's fault, where he fucking stole a bunch of money, technically, by wasting it and not fully bringing it back when I fucking needed it. And now he's coming back and like, oh, I actually came back and gave you your money's worth of washing machine. Like, wow, you fuck off, man. 10 minutes, okay, whatever. Maybe not 5. I guess somewhat 7 or whatever. So besides that, yeah, it's like, yeah, my life fucking sucks. Can I get a good job now? Have I sucked my life enough for all that it is worth? A lot of people just spend their life for who the fuck knows what. And I've been trying to like improve myself in every way, because I know I just know. Okay, I know improvement works. Improvement is a good deal. How the fuck people miss that ideology in their lives, miss to adopt that, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe they take too many things for granted, but again, they have a just good enough lives as I do, except the difference is I need to put more effort than they do. See, that's the whole fucking difference. Now again, I can't say anything until I start tolerating things. So this is only just a washing process. It's like, yes, this is how I feel about it, but I know other people still have to put effort into something, and we'll find out what that is after we compare ourselves, more than just jump into Tinder world and see how that handles. The world of Tinder fucking sucked, man. The world of TikTok didn't suck. Apps don't suck, and then ads kind of do suck because they ask for the same thing over and over again, and most of the time whatever you can do is a scam. So there's a half of the world that sucks for some reason and half that doesn't. And guess what? The world that doesn't suck actually is literally what I know. Tinder is wind element mostly, apps are earth element mostly, and I actually fucking handle these things perfectly because I have enough knowledge about it. So again, you can recognize that knowledge gives you just the power to see. That's the thing, right? You have to protect yourself. I was struggling hard enough to with this same problem of like I'm poor and I'm being taken advantage of, to the point where like I kind of don't want to live here anymore. Like, it's fucking stupid. But I didn't know that the problem I was facing was just not knowing things at all. Just I'm not given any information whatsoever to make the right decisions. And I have to save myself in every way I can in that situation. Try to change my positioning, basically. So hopefully the things that speak to me naturally, because the environment speaks to you and then the people speak to you, giving you different opportunities or extra opportunities, who knows. So you have to reposition yourself. You might want to go backwards. So I came back home and like, yeah, that's a good place if I had money. And I still came back struggling, not understanding what the fuck is going on until you read the rest of the environment, because reading an environment is a fucking slow process. Take a step back if you're struggling. If you're deadly struggling. Take a step back. Now, so I read my environment, and it's a slow process. And I don't know what would I do if I had to take a step back, because there's no step back at this point. I have to take a step forward, and as quickly as possible. And whatever that step forward might be, right? I have to still put myself into some kind of job position that doesn't involve just doing the same shit that I did before. I don't know. I hate looking for a job. It's the most fucking hated thing I ever had. Because that's the thing. Like, everything feels like a scam anyways. It feels like the best thing you can do is just spend time with yourself and become that thing, and at least live in your fucking stupid imagination about it, about whatever the thing that you're passionate into, and maybe it's gonna build you as a human being. I literally have no direct advice, because whatever sounds crazy, it should sound crazy to you guys. Because it's a survivor talking about the dangers of capitalism. If you are like me, you have my personality, capitalism is incredibly dangerous to you, and you should be very worried about those specific things. But obviously what I recognize as well, mostly I needed to make the right decisions and educate myself even further to avoid high-level conflict that I'm sitting in right now. But I still, now that I know all these things and now I'm gonna be more aware, like I still need to prepare myself before I take a step forward. And I'm still in danger constantly. And like, what the fuck is this shit? But yeah, I mean, those things do happen naturally, by the way. Oh, Google happened in my basement, said YouTube CEO. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, right? When things just happen around you. Things happen in close proximity. But in reality, what is happening is the nature speaks itself. And close proximity is just one thing that might not matter anymore. You know, different things matter. They get reshuffled all the time. I don't know if I want to take a step back right now already. Maybe I'll just observe some locks. Smart on demand. Government feels too much freedom. Oh wow, my mom's fast, what the fuck? So yeah, I feel a little bit guilty, you know, like not taking care of... I needed to level up basically my awareness of every financial decision ever. My life had to be taken with extreme care. Okay, when my dad said something financial, I had to fucking listen, because it was super extremely important to me. Okay, I listened when he really said, like, okay, you can get a job in UK, and I was expecting like a little bit warmer welcome, but UK was already inflated with all these fucking Lithuanians, pretty much. My dudes everywhere, and everyone else. All kinds of migrants hoping to make a living, but they can't stay. Can't stay forever there. It's not what it's all about. Anyways, so every financial decision for me is like super extremely important. And I can list out all the wrong ones that I did. But right now I still can make financial decisions, right? So I have to just look into the future instead and make sure that, yes, now I have to put it into extreme care. I have to put it into like a gaming format where money is a big deal for me. Money is something I have to keep in mind. Every fucking penny I have to keep in mind, whether it's worth it or not, in reality. And then slowly convince my mom to make the right financial decisions too. And convince myself as well of how much pressure I have to put. But again, for me it's just going to be a slow process. I can't do this quickly enough. I was so happy, right? At some point I was establishing everything, and my dad comes in and demands a huge chunk of money, and I slowly wither away. Yeah, I want to list things. destroyed my laptop, changed my living position, didn't shield from scams. And it just keeps going like that. I've lost so much money. Just incredible amounts. It's unbelievable to me. How is this is it, dude? You know. That's the real face of capitalism. Maybe I hated money too much and like it bites my ass off because I was like, but I hate money, guys. So money just constantly runs away from me. Like, okay, I see how it is. But it's still the real face of capitalism. The world of scams and ignorance. Okay, people first ignore you, but if they can't, they try and scam you. Just so many financial decisions have been wrong, and like, holy fucking shit. That's how I learn. This is how I learn when I get stabbed in the back. And this is what police does? Nothing? They can do nothing to fucking protect people? Because it's just money, you know? Like, it's too hard to keep track of. Oh yeah, sure. I guess that other stuff that you're doing is super fucking valuable to people. No. Here you go, Mr. Police. Your real job right here. Save people's money. This is the real job of police. Just let them save up money. Let them make right financial decisions. Maybe they're living in the wrong position, but they have enough money to move. Whatever. But most of the time you don't have enough money to move. You have to fucking figure out your shit. Okay? Figure out how to get comfortable in the space that you have. And don't trade it in. I have traded in my space and it just went downhill from there. Immediately. I had a space, I traded in, and I fucking died. That's the first mistake. Change my living position. I shouldn't have done that. Not in a million fucking years, and I thought it was a good decision. It wasn't. I just had to outlast the struggle that was surrounding me. And it was tiny. Tiny problems. Yeah, it's just so painful, dude. And at some point you recognize some rich people don't give a fuck about nothing. They get so much money they don't give a fuck about nothing. They make wrong financial decisions and that's a fucking dent in their wallets because they're somehow protected entirely from this stuff. I have to swim in like reality. When you bump into people and you fucking get electrocuted and money disappears. Wow. I have to feel bad for them and my money disappears. Wow, that's cool. Obviously, if you live like in real big cities, like anyone can fucking pull out your wallet out. Just fucking crazy shit like this. Something you have to be protected from way more often than anything else. Than like a little fucking scam, like, oh, I rode a bus for free or something. Wow, thank you, police. Thank you for stopping me. Guess when that happened? I could have paid for the bus, but I rode for free because I didn't fucking know how to pay for the bus. It was super fucking confusing. What the fuck do I do now? I came to basically my capital town and like I don't know how to do anything, and I needed a short, kind of a short ride. Basically, I walked the whole way on foot, anyways, and then I walked all the way back on foot, anyways, and just pieces of shit, man. Like, I should have called police and then asked them to fucking deliver me to that position, and they would have done it for fucking free, just because I called them in and pretended to be in trouble. They would have done it for free. Or maybe for a little bit of fucking cash. Or just redirected me for someone who was gonna do it for cash. Like, there's so many fucking opportunities. But police is always in the way. These are the fucking assholes right now. I don't give a fuck about the government. I don't give a fuck about nothing. I know for the fact that if people were willing to go to war, people are willing to go to war still. Okay? But instead, I guess, let's go to war, you know? Like, you like war? Let's go to war. Fuck yeah, dude. Except, I'll say I'm going to war for like 100 of times, and you will never actually see me there. I'm just hoping you're gonna go to war, you know? That's it. Faster than I do. Because when you go to war, everyone is your enemy. It's just, what are you gonna do? So when you're a policeman, most of the people are your enemies. You're just looking around like, where's the trouble? Who's gonna call? Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. Literally what is supposed to be fucking renamed as. Ghostbusters. They don't know what they're looking for. They don't know what they're gonna find after each call is made. They can only hope that the person who's calling is saying the truth, that they're truly in trouble. And most of them are in trouble, but only because they're already in trouble. That's why they're in trouble. They're already in trouble. It's so fucking lame. Because you can see how fucking tough it is to just describe it. The stupidity of capitalism, protected by police to make it worse. To make things worse. I need my lemonade stand, dude. I fucking need it right now. The reason why I talk about this is that it's an obvious correlation. Poverty creates crime. Fucking poverty. Nothing else. Where do you think crime comes, Mr. Police? But they want to fucking do their job. They want to fucking go to war against crime. And they don't give a fuck where it comes from. Who the fuck cares, man? I'm not gonna fucking solve problems. I'll just want to solve solutions. Solutions, not symptoms, by the way. Because people actually create their solutions, which looks like crime, okay? But it's actually their solutions that police doesn't respect. Police just a bunch of fucking bullies at this point. I don't know how to fucking call them out. And even if nothing is wrong, you never know, okay? It's police that control self-esteem of people, letting them know if they're gonna be regulated for something or not, you know? Or if it's just gonna be thrown under the rug. And police cannot just make these statements as well. They can't just amplify their voice and say exactly what they're gonna do. You have to test them. And you have to get in trouble for that. And it's like, I don't want to do none of that shit, okay? That's why real jobs is real. All of a sudden. Get a job, do whatever you want. Don't get in trouble at all. In any capacity whatsoever. Because we're very angry policemen. Shut the fuck up, man. You're not helpful, so don't expect people to fucking help themselves. It's ridiculous. People are always going to be in trouble. Now, what is YouTube CEO job, for example? What if I watched videos? Is that good enough to start making executive decisions on the platform? Is Chief Executive Officer, okay? officer. Pretty much like a policeman of decisions. I don't know, man. I have high tolerance on something. It's almost like it has to be a person that overwatches the losers, right? Like they decide something has to be banned, but I'm the person that fucking in the end decides everything, and I most of the time gonna say no. Don't harm anyone's ability to be on the platform unless they're just blatantly bullshit around. And then I will fucking do it personally, you know? Or I will let algorithm do it. But rather, I would let people do it, okay? A video is disliked, the video is outflagged, and it disappears. People have to fucking claim land that they want to maintain. People, first and foremost, claim their land to maintain. Okay, so if a video is too disliked and too flagged, it's out of bounds automatically. And we can't just say there's gonna be no porn, no violence, no nothing. Our awareness is growing. Okay, we have decided these things, but that doesn't mean we cannot undecide things. And this is where things get very, very fucking tricky for executive officer. Because I can only execute, you know, small, tiny decisions where it's pretty obvious. When higher tolerance person comes in and checks what the decision was initially started to become. Let's say I want to ban this person, and I say no, I have tolerance for this person because of these and these reasons, but I will contact them immediately. You know, not only I have to like negate the unfortunate end of someone's channel or career, but I have to contact them and let them know that my team is working against that person right now, and what they can do to battle that. Because I have to be on everyone's side, whoever the people are who claim their land. You know, I have to be on their side. But the YouTube's team of authorities that is not CEO. This is why people hate Susan. Like, they expect a lot from this fucking person. And I still have no idea what it means to just watch videos. But I do know what it means to care. Okay, you don't just watch YouTube videos. You have to pick up a title. Reward yourself for learning to do something. Okay. Doing it for a long time. At some point, you just say to yourself, I can do this. I can title this whatever this is supposed to be. And it doesn't matter how people treat it. It's just low quality, same thing that I'm saying that it is. Okay. Maybe it's just a very nice application to YouTube CEO. Maybe it's community work. Maybe it's just a spit on police. I let itself not to be self-entitled. It's just a rant video. It can take any shape or form as it wants. I like it to be a form of fucking food, so it empowers people to make the right decisions in their lives. Because I had way too many wrong ones happen, and I don't like that anymore. Okay, this is why sitting here still feels productive, but it's also feeling crippling at the same time, because I know I most of the time will be stuck here, and I won't be making my decisions anymore. I'll let other people make decisions now. I'm obsolete in a way. I don't want to give up, but I was crippled at this point. Like, I don't know if I can go back doing the same shit. It is so crippling. But if I have a spark, a possibility for this to happen again, in the right way, it's probably worth doing. Okay? But it has to be even better than before. Way better than before. And I don't know how to achieve that. I don't know, I think things are getting worse and I have to hold on to whatever I have until I figure things out. I just don't get it right now. Yeah, as long as I can blame myself for making mistakes, like, it feels very good because you can fix that shit. So this is it. We haven't reached S rank at all. It slowed down quite a bit. It's still one problem, one major problem. Everything is a scam. I kind of wanted to talk about, like, everything, but I pretty much did it. Okay. No part of the internet is safe from being a scam. No part of real world is safe. As long as it allows you to make mistakes, it will amplify that allowance to the maximum. Enjoy when people make mistakes. Laugh at them. It's like, fuck you, dude. Capitalism enjoys allowing you to make mistakes. Whether it's to make a child, make a family with someone, go to court about something. Just go ahead, make all these mistakes, man. It's just American dream amount of mistakes. Everything you can imagine, but you know 90% of people fail that and have to pay a huge price for it. And it's just the most fucking disgusting thing you can ever observe in life. But here you go, yeah, introduction to capitalism, here you go. Except American dream is American dream because Americans are actually allowed to borrow a lot of money for some reason. I don't know. Something like that. There's some kind of special allowance for them because they represent the entire rest of the world because they're a coherent country. You can fucking understand them, and as a European I had to learn the language, and not only that, I recognized it's important to learn this language. You open your eyes and you're like, oh shit, this is a dominant culture, naturally. It's the newest culture and is a dominant for a long time. It's gonna be that way. That's it. This should be the end of the video. Whatever next thing is gonna happen, well, we'll figure it out later. Usually, I can't answer the question immediately of why everything is a scam, but I've touched on so many things already that it should be quite obvious. This is a decent answer as it is. You know, I still expand the answer itself, right, on other videos. The next video I'm gonna take. But I still want to make a video where, like, I ensure that the top places get challenged at the moment. And when men and women are not so diversified here, or split apart, women are obviously better. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, I'm just saying. Other than that, yeah, this is over. So many things to hate, man. Yeah, but this is like why I hate money. Money allows me to make mistakes, and I see people waste money, and it devalues money in general, the way that it is. Well, actually, it makes money more valuable because, well, if people are wasting it, they're gonna get in trouble, but they're gonna allow you to earn money at the same time. There's more opportunities that way. But is it? And it's almost like a new question. No, the answer is obviously not. This is why what allows the 1% rule over everything. They literally monetized every single mistake you can make in life. They monetized it. They're screwing you over right now. This is the ultimate conspiracy. Okay? Built by the 1%. And we don't need to identify this at all. We know what this is. The top of the hierarchy. The people who think a hierarchy even exists. Well, I can punch them off their hierarchy. Fucking flying off. This entire 1% just with one punch. How can I do it? Well, maybe we'll find out next video. Okay? But we figure out that I can have a lot of power just by accumulating effort. Accumulating and holding a title at the same time. So I accumulate effort and I bank it somewhere, right? That's what it means. And it has to be pure hard effort. Because society doesn't want your money. That's why I hate money. I'm like, that's not what is requested from me. Okay, I need money. Not society. I need money for myself. And why do I fucking need money? To survive. Okay, to prove that I can still hold on to, like, real value. I guess that's fine. But what I'm actually holding on, so my parents have money right now. I don't give a fuck, honestly. I just don't give a fuck. I'm just holding on. I allow my parents to have money. The end. You look like you need money, basically. Okay? You want me to live a good life? You give it to me. Don't complain about it. Give life to me. Okay? There's no other way to fucking create life in the first place. You just give it. Because you're a lifeless piece of junk that somehow someone put a price tag on you. For some reason, I don't know what's going on, because everything is a fucking scam, and just it's almost like a mistake generator. It turned parents into mistake generators after they created children. They just can continue on living their lives without need to take care of. What the fuck happened? I don't want to be a fucking eternal child, obviously. It's the most disgusting thing ever. But, like, show me opportunities. Give me opportunities, and then I will fucking talk a different fucking topic. Until that happens, until I have a fucking list of opportunities I've gotten, and I can't stop talking about it. Then you will understand that I'm not just an eternal child. I'm a fucking loser. But being eternally a child, like, come on, it's fine with me right now. I'm sorry about that. And there's so much more to explore. Like, you can't fucking look at this and say this is a child made it and it's completely worthless, what I just talked about for 3 hours. It's unbelievable, man. And I have to feel this way. I will look back and this is gonna be my piggy bank. This is gonna be my punch in the person's face who says they're rich. Oh, air quotes. Rich. Rich with what? Money is fiat. It can fly away. Now that money is fully fiat, it has wings. Okay, it will fly away to another life, transcend somewhere else. We're gonna talk about that too. So that might, I'll just lock it in here and leave. Thank you guys for watching. Blah blah blah.